Okay, let's try to do a little tutorial on how to use TS Manager by Supersystems to print a chart instead of using SD Recorder. Because from time to time, SD Recorder or SuperData might not be available. Maybe the server is down or um, something like that. It's not working right, and you can't get a chart the way you normally do. So TS Manager is the backup way to print a chart. TS stands for touchscreen. So this program is a touchscreen manager. And the way it works is by connecting to the touchscreens that are associated with the furnace controller. So each of our Supersystems controllers, our 9130 controllers, have a touchscreen that you use to interface with the controller. Um, what's going on is in the background, each controller is always recording every data point, just like the SuperData server is always recording each data point. So every time you run a furnace load, it's being recorded on the server, it's being recorded on the controller. Typically, you access the information and the charts from the server. Using TS Manager allows you to access the information from the controller and print a chart. So what we need to do to start is to start the TS Manager program. And that will be a shortcut on your desktop somewhere. There's mine right there. Okay. So once the program is running, it will look something like this. And what you're going to do is select the screen that you want to connect to for the furnace you want to connect to. Okay. So let's say for this example, we're going to use HQ1 right here. So I'll select HQ1. But just to back up, you'll see each screen is available here. So select HQ1. I'm going to come over to download data. I'm going to make a change here first. Don't mind that. Okay. So forget what you just saw there, but select your screen, come over here to download data, and press the button. And hopefully it's going to come up with a screen that looks something like this. And you're going to see HQ1 connected. It's going to say reading remote files. At this point, it could take some time to download the information. This process might take 30 seconds. It might take 5 minutes. It just depends on how much information has to be downloaded. So while I wait for that to happen, I'm going to take a little break and I will be right back. Okay, so here the download has started and you can see in this area right here, you can see that it's downloading all the files, all the information from the HQ1 touchscreen. Here's the progress bar. You see it moving along. So that will continue until it has downloaded all the information from the controller for you to be able to look at right here on the screen. So once again, take a little break. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back, and now a message down here says overall download is finished. We can close this window, and we are now looking at the most recent up-to-date information on our chart. So in this case, you see the time down here will be moving along as I move the bar like an SD recorder. It says 2:46 p.m. and that's about what I got on my watch. So this is all the data from 2:46 p.m. backwards. It's important to understand this is not like SD recorder where it keeps logging data. Okay, this just takes a snapshot in time and shows you all the information from that point backwards. So you're not going to use this to watch a furnace cycle in progress like you do with SD recorder. This is simply to go back and print a chart when a chart is needed. So that being said, here we have a chart. This happens to be Queen City Forge in case you couldn't tell. I can turn off all the pens that I don't want to see, so Control process low, output, set point, process high. That just leaves me with the low TC and the quench. Now the quench temperature is up here. That's because I've got this set to a scale of maybe, I don't know what. So let me go in and change that. You don't have to know how to do this, but just to follow along, you can see how it's done. I'm going to click the Edit Chart button. I'm going to go down to Quench. I see the quench minimum and maximum is 0 to 400. All the other pens are 0 to 2000. Output is set 0 to 100. Tell you what, let's change all these to match. Hopefully that's more like what we use on SD recorder. So all these temperatures are going to change to 1250, since that's the max of the oven itself, I guess. Okay. And quench 0 to 200. Let's see how that looks. Output, I'm going to make that 200, and I'm going to turn it back off and see. Okay, so now see my scale over here. Let's change it to load temperature. There's load temperature. Still turn off all these other pens, but set point. Process high, okay. We can see output down here now. We can see our load thermocouple up here. Here's quench. I know you're used to seeing quench down here, right? So quench is probably set to the same scale as our thermocouples. So let's do that, and let's see how it looks. And there you go. Now you got quench down here again. Probably more like what you're used to seeing. Every time I make that change, it's turning on all the different pens. I'm going to turn the ones off again I don't want to see. I just want to see load temperature and quench, and there it is. Okay, load temperature and quench. Notice it changes the key up here as I add or remove a pen. All right, so that's cool. And now I just want to do the chart for this particular lot, so I will zoom in on it, just like we do, like that. And there we go. That's all we see. It's this current lot. Something you don't see here are notes. Okay, soak start, soak stop. That's not possible with TS Manager. You can make notes from the controller, and maybe that's something that you should learn how to do, but for now I know it's not on our radar. So that means that with this chart, you do have to print a separate cover page to include all the customer information, customer name, the PO number, the lot number, the work order number, and maybe even the soak start and soak stop time, because we can't do it on this chart. This is simply time and temperature with each pen. It's all we can do. Okay, not the best, but it's better than nothing. So I've zoomed in on this particular lot here, and then I would probably go up here to File, Print Preview the chart, see what it looks like. There it is. There's the chart. Okay. Showing low TC. I don't think we can't show multiple scales over here. You got to pick one or the other. All right. But it does show the key up here, low temperature and quench. And you can see by the scale what the temperature is. So then I would print the chart. Okay. And that's going to print. I can close this print preview. I'm back here, and I've just printed a chart. So, yeah, it's something that is going to take practice. Only practice will make perfect. So, do this on a regular basis so you know how to do it in a pinch, and you don't have to worry about it when you're under pressure. All right. Thanks for watching.